What's up, guys? Welcome back to Total Marriage, where we talk about the total relationship experience. Today, we're going to talk about why do men care so much about a woman's body count. Now, most men in general already understand the answer to this question. So this video is going to be geared more toward the women to help them kind of understand the psyche of a man as it relates to this topic. Now, ladies, I know that the emphasis that people, men and women, put on a woman's sexual history can be a little bit mind-blowing and aggravating at times, especially if we're talking about experiences that happened in your life before the man even knew who you were. And you're probably trying to figure out what the issue is because you're thinking, all of that was in the past, I'm here with you now. Even though there's a very complex answer to this question, it really breaks down, or I'm going to try to break it down at least, into two different components. Now, in order to understand this, you're going to have to look at this without judgment. Because remember, this is coming from the male psyche. Now, I'm not a big shopper, but ladies, I want you to do me a favor. Imagine if you went to a very fancy store that sold very expensive handbags, Louis Vuitton, Birkin, whatever. You saw this bag, it was very expensive, and it was unique. And after you bought this bag, 2 weeks later, you find out that there's now a 75% discount on that same bag that you just purchased. Now, when you find about the discount on the bag, how does that make you feel? You probably don't feel very good. And you might even have complaints, and you want to take the bag back up to the store to see if they will honor that discount because you spent more on the bag than it was actually worth. And why do you do that? Because actually learning about the discount on the bag changes the way that you view it. Whereas a couple weeks ago, you were more or less happy to spend the amount of money on that bag that you did. Once you realize you paid 75% more for that bag than you should have, it's not nearly as attractive or desirable or unique as it was before. Why? Because it turns out that you didn't actually underpay for something valuable. You actually overpaid for something cheap. And that isn't a good feeling. Now, what does this have to do with the way that a man views a woman's sexual history? First, you got to understand that there's this competition or race between men and women as it pertains to the sexual marketplace. In a very simplified version, men are trying to get the most sex from a woman as possible by spending the least amount of time, energy, money, and resources. And women are trying to get the most time, energy, money, and resources from a man for the least amount of sex. Now, I know I oversimplified that, but there has to be some level of truth to that because it doesn't happen often when the roles are reversed. So when a man is actually in a relationship with you, he's taking you out on dates, he's providing for you, he's meeting your family, he's listening to your problems and your emotions and trying to help you solve those, taking you on vacation, and doing everything that he can to support you emotionally. When he has heavily invested time, energy, money, and resources into you, and then he finds out that you slept with the guy an hour after meeting him after the club behind a Walmart in his truck, and then he ghosted you the next day, he's gonna feel like you did when you found out about that 75% off coupon for your bag. He's gonna feel like a square, a lame, a loser, whatever you want to call it, because he found out that for overpaying for something that you were obviously willing to give away at a discounted price. And I guarantee you that that's gonna change the way that he sees you forever. Now, that's the first part. The second part as to why does a man care about a woman's sexual history. Now, in general, to actually determine how a person feels, it's a lot more accurate and reliable to recognize what someone does over what they say. Because at the end of the day, people can move their lips and say anything. If you ask a person how they're doing and they tell you that they're doing great, but you can see their body language that they're not. Or someone can tell you that they love you, but they're not expressing or showing love. Or things like, you're the best that I ever had. People can say whatever they want. And because of that, there's always the possibility of doubt. Now, ladies, stop me if I'm wrong, but it is also true that you would do more in the bedroom with men that you like more. When the attraction is high, you will make yourself more sexually available in most sense of the word, and you will essentially break your rules and the rules that you set for others. So if you put two and two together, you will see that learning about a woman's sexual history is a way for a man to kind of confirm a woman's words with her actions, and for them to determine how attracted a woman actually is to them. Why? Because if a man finds out that you did other things sooner and more frequently than you did or do with him, the reasonable conclusion is that you're not as attracted to him as you were with other guys in your past, with who you were willing and enthusiastic about doing those things. And it's also going to double down on the fact that he's already feeling like a square because It's gonna make him feel like you settled. Now, if you combine those two together, now you have a man who feels as though he's paying twice as much for half as much, which is not a great place to be. Kind of like you felt in the beginning with the 75% off coupon. Now, how does this play out in most guys' personal life? Now, for most guys, if they learn that a woman is not willing to be more sexually open with them than they were with the guys in her past, then most guys conclude that the relationship is just not for them. No, guys are not entitled to sex. All guys aren't all women's cup of tea. I get that. And some women will find other guys more attractive than others. All of that is perfectly fine. Most guys come to that conclusion because they want to be in a relationship with a woman where they feel as though they are the best that woman has ever had. With women who are extremely attracted to them and they have a burning desire to be with them. That's the experience that most guys are looking for. And the best way to demonstrate that is to do things with them that you haven't done with other men in the past. Everything else is just lip service. And also, this is why having a hoe phase can be very detrimental to your love life. What do you guys think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching.